Another chain from Aisha. The Messenger of Allah entered upon me as I was crying. He said, "And what makes you cry, O Messenger of Allah?" I remembered the Dajjal, and I cried. The Messenger of Allah said, "If the Dajjal comes out while I am alive, then I will be enough for you against him. And if he comes out after me, then indeed your Lord is not one-eyed. The Dajjal will issue forth from the Jews of Asbahan. Until he arrives at Al-Medina, he will descend beside it, and it, and at that time it will have 7 gates, and at each of its mountain passes there will be 2 angels blocking the entry of the Dajjal. Its evil inhabitants will come out to him, while the righteous inhabitants remain in Al-Medina. Then he will go to Asham, to the city Palestine, to the door Lud. Isa ibn Maryam will descend and kill him. Isa will remain on the earth for 40 years, a just imam and a fair ruler. The Dajjal will neither enter Mecca al-Mukarramah nor al-Medina al-Munawwarah. Related that the Prophet said the Dajjal will not enter Mecca and al-Medina. Related it through another chain, and it is established in the Hadith of Eclipse Prayer. That day the Messenger of Allah said in his sermon, "It has indeed been revealed to me that you will be put to trial shortly or before the fitna. I do not know which of the two," he said. Reported that the Messenger of Allah said, "The people will flee from the Dajjal until they reach the peaks of mountains." O Messenger of Allah, where will the Arabs be at that time? He said, "They will be a few." They will be a few. The Hadith from us. One evening, I remembered the Messiah, Dajjal, and sleep did not come to me. When I woke up, I entered upon the Messenger of Allah, and I informed him of what happened. He said, "Do not do that, for indeed, if he comes out while I am among you, Allah will make me enough for you, and if he comes out after I die, Allah will make the righteous ones sufficient for him, sufficient to fight him, and it will be Isa who will kill him." He then stood and said, "Every single prophet warned his nation about him, the Dajjal, and I am indeed warning you about him. He is one-eyed, and verily Allah is not one-eyed. Its chain is strong." And the following is mentioned in the Hadith of Ibn Khadij, which is related by in it the Qadariya are censored and are said to be the Zanadika of this nation. During their time there will be the oppression of the ruler, as well as his injustice and his haughtiness. And then Allah will send a plague, and most of them will perish. Then there will be al-Khas, swallowing of the earth with those who are on it. Few are they who will be saved from them. At that time the believer will rarely be happy, and his anxiety will be extreme. Then Al-Messiah will come, and Allah will transform their general population into apes and pigs. Right after that the Dajjal will come out. Said, then the Messenger of Allah cried until we began to cry because of his crying. We said, "What makes you cry?" He said, "Mercy for those people for among them is the just one, and among them is the Mujtahid." Hadith. We went to Uthman Friday in order to compare our Mus'haf, copy of the Quran, with his Mus'haf. When the time for the Jummah prayer arrived, he ordered us, and we took a shower. Then the perfume was brought to us, and we applied it. That we then went to the masjid and sat beside a man who was speaking to us about the Dajjal. We stood, but then he sat, and so we sat also. Said to them, I heard the Messenger of Allah say the Muslims will have three countries: a country at the meeting of two seas, a country in Al Jazeera, and a country in Asham. People will become alarmed three times, and the Dajjal will come out in the Arad of the people. He will defeat those in the east. The first country he will go to is the one that is at the meeting of the two seas. Its people will become divided into three groups: a group that will settle down in Asham and see what he is, a group that will catch up to the Bedouins, and a group that will go to the country next to them. With the Dajjal there will be 70,000, and